Hey, Harry. Good to see you again. Ready for a topic that sounds a bit tricky, but is actually really fun?
Of course I'm ready, but that sounds suspicious.
Haha, fair enough. But today's topic really is one of the most important in JavaScript. We're going to talk about objects.
Objects. What's that?
In JavaScript, an object is like a magical box where we store everything we know about one thing.
A box. What's inside?
Let's take a cat as an example. Think about your favorite cat.
Easy. Fluffy, orange, green eyes, loves to sleep and knock things off tables.
What's his name?
Nick.
Perfect. Great start. Now imagine putting all of that into a digital box, a container that holds your cat's traits, name, and behavior.
So, I write cat and then list all the facts?
Exactly. And in JavaScript, we use something called a key-value pair. The key is like a label, for example, fur, and the value is a trait, like fluffy. We write keys and values using a colon.
Got it. So it's like saying fur, fluffy, eyes, green, mood, sleepy.
Exactly. And in code, we wrap this inside curly braces to group it together. We can write, let's create a cat object. Let cat equals, curly brace opens, or colon fluffy, comma, eyes colon green, comma, mood colon sleepy, curly brace closes.
Wait, so those curly braces are the box?
Yes, they open and close a magical box. Inside, each part is a key, a colon, and a value, separated by commas. That's how we create an object.
Okay, this is starting to make sense.
And here's the best part. We can add not just properties, but actions too. Not just what it is, but what it does.
Like purrs.
Exactly. In objects, we call that methods. They're like built-in instructions.
So in our magical cat box, there's a label purr, and when we press it, the cat goes MRR.
Exactly. Actions, just like traits, are stored inside the object.
So an object stores two types of info, what it is and what it can do.
Perfect summary. Properties and methods, descriptions and actions.
But why group everything in one place? Why not just list it all separately? Why do we need all these magical boxes in JavaScript? Why not just say, fur is fluffy, eyes are green, cat purrs?
Imagine we have lots of cats. An orange cat, a black cat, a striped cat. Each one has its own fur, eyes, and way of purring. If we stored everything separately, we'd quickly lose track of which trait belongs to which cat. Objects help us gather everything about one cat into one magical box.
Ah, it's like giving each cat its own profile card with all its traits and abilities.
Exactly. And JavaScript loves things neat and clear. When you keep related information in one object, it's easier to manage and reuse.
So we always start with curly braces?
Yes, you can create an empty object by writing. Const cat equals, curly brace opens, curly brace closes, semicolon. Then you can start adding properties inside.
This is kind of fun. It feels like I'm making a mini profile for each thing.
Perfect comparison. You'll use objects all the time for people, animals, settings, even buttons on a website.
So basically, if something exists in the real world or on a screen, we can describe it using an object.
Exactly. Welcome to the world of structured thinking.
That's awesome. If you look closer, JavaScript is actually a very logical and structured language. And I'm really starting to like it.
So, Harry, now that we understand what an object is, a magical box with labels and instructions, let's see how we can use it in real life.
You mean, actually do something with it?
Exactly. Once we create an object, we can read its properties or run its methods, like pressing buttons on that magical box.
Okay, so if I want to check my cat's mood,
It's done simply with a combination of a dot and a key. Let me explain with an example. You just write cat.mood. That means, hey box, tell me the mood.
cat.mood, and it shows the mood, which is sleepy. That's amazing.
Yes, and if you want the cat to purr, you write cat.purr with parentheses because it's an action.
So parentheses mean do something, and no parentheses mean just show something.
Exactly. Properties don't need parentheses. Methods do.
I like how logical that is. And what if I want to add something new to the cat?
Easy. You can say cat.color equals orange.
Even after I already created the object.
Of course. Objects are very flexible. You can add new properties or change existing ones anytime.
So I can also write cat.mood equals excited.
Yes, that changes the mood from sleepy to excited.
All right, I get it. The dot means I'm going into the box, either to read something or change it.
Perfect way to think of it. It's like reaching for a label and either getting something back or putting something in.
Can I see everything inside my object?
Yes, you can use console log and just pass the object name, like console.log, then cat in parentheses. It'll show you everything inside.
So if I ever get lost, I just open the whole box?
Exactly. It's great for checking your data or debugging.
And what happens if I ask for something that doesn't exist?
Let's say you write cat.wings.
Haha, my cat definitely doesn't have wings.
Right, so JavaScript says undefined.
Which means it looked in the box but didn't find that label.
Yes, undefined simply means that key doesn't exist in the object.
That's useful. So undefined isn't always bad. It's just the system saying no info.
Exactly. And if you want to remove something from the object,
Delete it.
right, you can use the keyword delete, like delete cat mood.
Whoa. So I can even clean out the box if I need to.
Yes, objects are not just powerful, they can be neat if you manage them well.
And what if I want to describe many cats, like create a lot of similar objects?
Great question. For that, we usually use templates like functions or classes, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
All right. One cat is enough for today.
Haha, fair. So, to sum it up, objects store related data using key value pairs. You access and update the data using dot notation. Methods are actions, and objects can grow, change, or even be cleaned up.
And undefined just means that label isn't in the box yet.
Exactly. You're starting to get it.
I can't wait to create objects for all sorts of things. People, pets, even planets.
That's the spirit. And soon you'll learn how objects can talk to each other, or even contain other objects inside.
Wait, objects inside objects?
Oh yes, and that's when the real magic begins. I can't wait to show you.
That's awesome, James.
All right, Harry, now that you've added, changed, and even deleted things from your magical cat box, it's time to look a little deeper.
Deeper. Does the box have a secret compartment?
Yes, something like that. Some objects don't just store simple values. They can actually store other objects inside them.
Wait, you mean a box inside a box?
Exactly. That's called a nested object, like a folder inside another folder.
All right, my brain is ready. Show me.
Let's say your cat has an owner. We can describe that owner inside the cat object like this. Owner, then open curly braces, and inside, more key value pairs. For example, name Sophie, comma, age 30, then close curly braces. Boom, an object inside an object.
So the key owner leads to another object.
Yes, and that inner object has its own keys and values, like name and age.
All right, but how do I access that information?
Same way as before, just with more dots. You'd write cat owner name and you get Sophie.
That makes sense. But what if the cat doesn't have an owner yet?
Ah, great question. If you write cat owner name when owner is missing, JavaScript will scream type error. Cannot read property name of undefined.
Whoa, so the path breaks in the middle?
Exactly. That's why JavaScript gives us a helpful tool, the optional chaining operator.
Sounds fancy.
It's actually very simple. Instead of just cat.owner.name, you write cat?.owner?.name.
Wait, what does the question mark do?
It checks. Does cat exist? Great. Does cat have an owner? Okay, then get the name. If something is missing along the way, it quietly gives you undefined instead of an error.
Well, that's polite.
Very polite. It helps your code stay safe when some data might be missing.
So it's like asking, hey, is this path here? If not, don't yell, just give me silence.
Exactly. And that's super helpful in apps where data isn't always complete.
That feels powerful.
It is. Objects can get really deep with multiple levels. Optional chaining keeps your code from crashing.
Can I use optional chaining with methods too?
Yes, you can. For example, cat question mark dot per question mark. The open close parentheses. If the per method exists, it runs. If not, nothing breaks.
Okay, so question marks equals safe travel.
Haha, that's one way to remember it.
And nested objects help organize even more detailed information.
Yes, think of real things. A person has an address, and the address has a city, street, and number. All of that could be inside nested objects.
So I could write something like user.address.city.
Perfect. You're thinking in an object-oriented way now.
I love how objects can describe almost anything.
And that's why JavaScript loves them. Most of the language, even behind the scenes, is built on objects.
All right, so objects can have properties, methods, and even other objects inside them. I access them using dot notation, and if I'm not sure something exists, I use the question mark.
Well said. You've mastered the magic box and its secret compartments.
Now I want to build a whole universe of nested objects.
And you will. Just remember to stay organized, use optional chaining wisely, and your code will be safer and smarter.
Thanks, James. This is starting to feel really exciting.
That's my goal. Now take a deep breath, because in our next lessons, we'll unlock even more object magic.
Can't wait. Thanks for explaining it all so clearly, James. See you soon.